Let me tell you something most people will never say out loud. If you don't have what you want in life right now, it's your fault. Harsh. Maybe. But it's also the truth. You've been told to be patient, to trust the process, to stay positive. That's nonsense without action. The world isn't fair. It doesn't hand out rewards for being a nice guy or for working hard in silence. You don't get points for effort. You get results for domination. You get what you demand from life, not what you wish for. No one is coming to save you. That's the cold truth. And the sooner you accept it, the faster your life will change. You've been lied to since you were a child, conditioned to believe that someone, your parents, your boss, the government, or some divine force, is going to step in and sort your life out for you. They're not. They never were. And the longer you cling to that fantasy, the longer you'll stay broke, lost, and irrelevant. Most people wake up every day hoping that something external will fix their internal mess. They hope their luck will change. They hope someone sees their potential. But potential means nothing if you never act on it. The world owes you absolutely nothing. It doesn't care that you're tired, that you've been through trauma, or that life has been unfair. The world doesn't reward victims. It rewards those who adapt, those who fight back, and those who never beg. If you want to win, you have to be your own savior. Every problem in your life, your finances, your health, your mindset, your lack of direction will stay exactly where it is you take extreme responsibility. Waiting for a break, waiting for someone to discover you, waiting for motivation, that's the mindset of losers. Winners don't wait. They move, they build, they fix things themselves. And they do it relentlessly without expecting applause or validation. You might be thinking, but I don't know where to start. That's fine. Start with what you have. Start with who you are. Look around. There's information everywhere. We live in a world where everything you need is accessible. Knowledge, opportunities, connections. It's all there. If you're not using it, that's on you. If you're not winning, it's because you've chosen comfort over accountability. Most people would rather stay in their mess and complain than take one uncomfortable step toward changing it. It's easier to blame the system, your upbringing, or bad luck. But the truth is, if you're not where you want to be, it's because you haven't done what's required. Success isn't given. It's earned. Through blood, through sweat, through obsession. You think the people at the top got there because someone felt sorry for them. No, they outworked you. They outlearned you. They took risks you were too scared to take. They didn't sit around hoping someone would come rescue them. They became their own solution. The day you stop outsourcing your life is the day you take control of it. You don't need someone to give you permission. You don't need someone to come along and show you the way. Be the person who figures it out. Be the one who decides, no more. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more weakness. Because the second you internalize that no one's coming to save you, something shifts. You stop wasting time. You stop living passively. You become dangerous, independent, focused. And from that place, you become unstoppable. This isn't a motivational quote. This is a declaration of war against your old self. You either wake up and lead your life like your survival depends on it, or you get left behind with the rest of the sheep. Life is a battlefield, and only those who take full responsibility for their existence ever walk away victorious. So stop whining, stop waiting, get up, get sharp, and fix your own life, because no one else is going to do it for you. Discipline will take you places that motivation never could. Motivation is a spark. It lights you up for a moment, makes you feel invincible, and then it vanishes. That's the problem. You watch a video, you read a quote, you feel pumped for an hour, but by the next day, when you're tired, stressed, or life punches you in the mouth, that motivation disappears. And then what? You skip the gym. You avoid the work. You fall back into the same routine that's keeping you average. The truth is, the people who have everything you want, whether it's the money, the physique, the freedom, they didn't get there by relying on how they felt. They got there because they built discipline. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's getting out of bed when it's cold and dark. It's putting in the hours when everyone else is watching Netflix. It's saying no to distractions, to comfort, to weakness. It's doing what's necessary regardless of how motivated you are. Because your emotions are not reliable. They fluctuate. One day you're fired up, the next day you feel empty. If your success depends on feeling good all the time, you've already failed. Think about the gym. Everyone's motivated on January 1st. The place is packed, but give it a month. Most people disappear. Why? Because they were relying on that short burst of motivation. The ones who stay, who get results, who transform their bodies, they show up every day. Rain or shine, tired or not. That's discipline. And it's the same with business. It's the same with studying. It's the same with building anything of value. You don't succeed because you're motivated. You succeed because you've built the habit of showing up no matter what. Discipline is the internal agreement you make with yourself that your future matters more than your current feelings. It's self-respect at its highest level. It's the moment you stop negotiating with your weakness. Every time you say, I don't feel like it, and still do it, you get stronger. Every time you choose discomfort over ease, you build character. And character is what gets you through the hard times when motivation is nowhere to be found. People keep asking, how do I stay motivated? You don't. That's the wrong question. The right question is, how do I stay consistent? And the answer is build discipline like it's life or death. Because in a way it is. The disciplined man will always outperform the motivated man. One is ruled by emotions. The other is ruled by purpose. And purpose wins. Start with the small things. Wake up when you say you will. Eat what you said you'd eat. Train when you plan to train. Work even when it's boring. Read even when you're distracted. Stay focused when your mind is screaming for dopamine. Every act of discipline is a vote for the person you're becoming. And enough votes, you become him. The world respects results, not dreams, not effort, not good intentions, just outcomes. And discipline is what turns your goals into outcomes. So stop chasing motivation like a drug. Chase consistency. Chase routine. Chase results. You want everything in life. You don't need to be motivated every day. You just need to be unbreakable in your discipline. That's the real superpower. You must become high value. That's non-negotiable if you want everything in life. Respect, money, love, power, influence. You don't get those things by existing. You get them by becoming someone worth noticing, someone worth following, someone people need in their lives, not just someone they tolerate. The world doesn't care about your potential, your sob story, or your nice personality. It rewards value. Cold, hard value. That means you need to become the kind of person who walks into a room and immediately shifts the energy. Not by talking the loudest, but by being someone who's built themselves into a weapon. The reason you're not getting what you want is simple. You haven't become the version of yourself that deserves it yet. Harsh. Maybe. True. Absolutely. You want the high-quality partner, the big income, the freedom, the admiration. Earn it. Become irrefutably high value in every area of your life. Build a body that reflects discipline and strength. Build a mind that's sharp, well-read, and impossible to manipulate. Learn skills that actually matter. Skills that solve problems and get people results. When you're high value, you no longer chase. You attract. Stop thinking value is just about money. That's part of it, sure, but it goes deeper. It's about who you are when no one's watching. Do you keep your word? Do you follow through? Are you reliable, or are you full of empty talk? Do people respect your time, or do they treat you like an option? The answers to those questions come down to the value you've built. And building that value takes time. It takes pain. It takes extreme self-awareness. You've got to look in the mirror and be brutally honest. Where are you weak? Where are you lazy? Where are you lying to yourself? Then fix it piece by piece, day by day. Being high value also means having standards. Not just for other people, but for yourself. What you accept is what you become. If you allow weakness, excuses, or mediocrity in your life, that's exactly what you'll get more of. High-value individuals have boundaries. They don't waste time on meaningless distractions. They don't surround themselves with low-energy people. They don't entertain drama. Why? Because their vision is too big. Their mission is too serious. They know time is their most valuable currency, and they refuse to waste it. And here's the thing. No one's going to hand you this value. You can't buy it. You can't fake it. You can't wish it into existence. You build it through action, through grinding in silence, through late nights, early mornings, and sacrificing comfort for greatness. Most people will never do it. They'll complain about their lives while staying the exact same. But if you decide right now to become high value, everything changes. You stop living reactively, you stop settling. You start walking with purpose, speaking with intention, and operating with clarity. When you become high value, doors open, people listen, opportunities come to you. Not because you're lucky, but because you've become someone who's too valuable to ignore. The world needs problem solvers, leaders, warriors, not victims. So if you want to rise, become someone who brings undeniable value to every room, every conversation, every situation. Stop waiting for the world to recognize you, force it to, through results, through excellence, through undeniable value. Your environment is either building you or breaking you. There is no neutral ground. You can't become a lion while living in a zoo. The people you surround yourself with, the places you go, the conversations you have, and the energy you tolerate are shaping who you are becoming every single day. If your environment is soft, comfortable, negative, or filled with people who make excuses, you will become exactly that. You will never rise above the standard of your surroundings. That's not opinion. That's law. Look around. Who are you spending your time with? Are they pushing you to level up or pulling you into mediocrity? Are they sharpening you or softening you? You cannot become a disciplined, powerful, unstoppable person while hanging around people who are lazy, broke, minded, or addicted to distractions. If everyone around you is satisfied with average, your mind starts to normalize average. You stop aiming high because no one else is. You stop thinking big because you've been caged inside a small-minded world. That's how environments work. They either stretch you or suffocate you. If you're serious about getting everything you want in life, you need to audit your environment with brutal honesty. Cut out the energy vampires. Distance yourself from complainers, victims, gossipers, and anyone who isn't obsessed with growth. You don't need a massive circle. You need a powerful one. One that holds you accountable. One that inspires you, challenges you, and forces you to rise. If your current circle doesn't do that, it's not a circle. It's a cage. And you need to break out of it. Your environment isn't just people. It's your habits, your home, your digital space, and even your thoughts. What are you feeding your mind? What kind of content are you consuming daily? Is it teaching you something? Is it pushing you forward? Or is it just numbing your brain and killing your ambition? Most people are addicted to comfort and wonder why they feel stuck. They scroll all day, binge garbage content, live in clutter, and call it relaxation. That's not rest, that's decay. If your environment isn't intentional, it becomes a trap. Change starts with changing where you operate. You want to become elite? Build a battlefield, not a playground. Create a space where excellence is expected, where distractions are eliminated, and where your only option is to improve. Build systems that force you to win. Wake up routines, work blocks, clean surroundings, focused energy. Your environment should pull greatness out of you, not comfort you in your weakness. And here's what separates winners from losers' winners. Engineer their environment to match their vision. They don't just hope, they stay focused. They design their space, their circle, and their daily life in a way that forces them to stay on the path. They build friction around bad habits and momentum around good ones. That's how results are created, by controlling the inputs that shape your daily behavior. You can't grow while sitting in the same chaos that broke you. Move. Shift. Build new surroundings, new standards, new energy. Cut what needs to be cut. Upgrade what needs to be upgraded. You want to change your life. Start with the ground you're standing on, because the wrong environment will quietly kill your potential. But the right one, it will forge a version of you that even your past self wouldn't recognize. Pain is your greatest teacher, and most people are too afraid to learn. They run from it. They hide from it. They do everything in their power to avoid discomfort, thinking they're protecting themselves. But what they're really doing is delaying their own greatness. Pain reveals truth. It exposes weakness. It forces you to face the parts of yourself you've been ignoring. And the reality is, if you want to win big in life, you're going to have to suffer. You're going to have to bleed. Because transformation is born from struggle, not comfort. Every time you've grown in life, truly leveled up, it came after a period of pain. Maybe it was heartbreak, maybe it was failure, maybe it was betrayal. But that pain shook you out of your sleep. It woke something up inside you. That's the gift. Pain doesn't lie. It doesn't sugarcoat. It doesn't care about your excuses. It screams at you, change or stay broken. And the ones who listen, they rise. They build discipline. They develop resilience. They become dangerous. While everyone else is busy avoiding struggle, the successful ones are using it to sharpen their edge. You can't build strength in comfort. You can't develop grit by winning all the time. Real growth comes when your back is against the wall. When no one's coming to save you, when you've got to look inside and dig your way out. That's when character is built. That's when you discover what you're made of. And the truth is, the version of you that gets everything you want in life, he's forged in fire. He's created through late nights, through setbacks, through the pain of being misunderstood, doubted, and overlooked. Stop seeing pain as the enemy. It's the training ground. Every tear, every scar, every hard moment is preparing you for the future you say you want. But here's the catch. You have to endure it. You have to lean into it. You have to make the pain count. Most people waste it. They cry, complain, blame the world, and stay the same. That's not how you rise. You rise by taking the hit, standing back up, and moving with more purpose than ever before. The pain you're feeling is shaping you. It's chiseling away the weakness, the laziness, the fear. If you let it, it will build you into someone relentless, someone unstoppable. You don't need an easy path. You need pressure. You need resistance, because pressure creates diamonds. Resistance builds muscle. And life is doing you a favor when it gets hard. It's giving you the opportunity to evolve. Most will never get this. They'll settle. They'll run. They'll hide behind distractions, vices, and shallow pleasures. But you're not most. You're here because you're ready to embrace the suffering. You're here because you know there's more inside you. And the only way to unlock it is to go through the fire, not around it, through it. So when pain shows up, welcome it. Don't flinch. Don't complain. Use it. Study it. Let it fuel your hunger. Let it make you smarter, tougher, better. Let it push you beyond your limits. Because the world doesn't hand out rewards for comfort. It hands them to the ones who suffered, endured, and kept going anyway. You will never get everything you want in life until you become obsessed with the process. Not just motivated, not just inspired for a few days. Obsessed. The difference between average and elite is obsession. Most people are interested in success. They kind of want it. They talk about it, dream about it, maybe even work toward it a little when it's convenient. But obsession, that's a whole different animal. Obsession means it consumes you. It lives in your mind all day. It dictates your actions, your priorities, your time. It becomes your identity. That's the energy it takes to win big. The truth is, you don't rise by doing what's convenient. You rise by doing what's necessary every single day, whether you feel like it or not. Obsession kills excuses. It silences the voice in your head that says, take a break or do it tomorrow. Obsession doesn't entertain weakness. It doesn't make room for distractions. While most people scroll, binge, waste time, and look for balance, the obsessed are locked in. They're not trying to fit success into their life. They're building their life around success. That's the difference. When you're obsessed, you don't need external motivation. You're self-fueled. You wake up with purpose. You move with intensity. You outwork, outthink, and outlast everyone because you have to. There's no plan B. There's no fallback. You burn the boats, cut off every escape route, and go all in. People will call it extreme. Let them. That's how you know you're on the right path. Average people will never understand what it takes to become great because they've never pushed themselves past their comfort zone. But obsession doesn't care about being understood. It only cares about results. You want everything, then stop acting like everybody. Start moving different. Speak different. Think different. Obsession isn't about being reckless. It's about being relentless. It's about being so locked in on your mission that nothing can break your focus. Not failure, not fear, not fatigue. You train when you're tired. You work when it's boring. You show up when nobody's watching. That's what separates the committed from the curious. And here's the part most people miss: obsession is built, not born. You don't wait for it. You create it. You feed it with discipline. You grow it with repetition. The more you invest in the grind, the more it takes over your identity. One day you realize you've become the kind of person who doesn't quit, who doesn't negotiate with weakness, who doesn't stop until the goal is crushed. That's who gets everything, not the motivated, the obsessed. So ask yourself, are you truly all in? Or are you just interested when it's easy? Because the moment you decide to become obsessed with your vision, your results will start matching your ambition. You'll move differently. You'll think sharper. You'll execute with a hunger that nobody can fake. That's the only way to the top. Total, complete, undeniable obsession with the process, with the mission, with becoming the absolute best version of you. No matter what it costs.